Now, by now, you will know that an electric car can save you money in all sorts of ways. There's the fuel, road tax, servicing. If you have a company lower benefit in kind, for example, the list goes on really. But if you regularly drive into London, then there's an even bigger bonus. Exemption from the congestion charge. That's £15 per day. It works between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. during the week and midday to 6 p.m. at weekends, every day, except for Christmas and New Year. How giving. Now, even if you only came into the capital for half the days of the year, that's over £2,700. But before you smugly drive past all the cameras in your electric car, there are things you need to know, or you're going to end up with a flurry of fines in the post. Yeah, I learnt the hard way, unfortunately. But I promise to tell you all my charge dodging secrets. But first, hit that like and subscribe button so you get all the latest videos from electrifying.com, and maybe I will earn enough money to pay this off. Most drivers assume that electric cars can travel completely free through the restrictive London zones, whereas petrol, diesel and even hybrid car owners have to pay. But that's actually not quite true, because if you drive an electric car into the heart of the capital without registering it with Transport for London first, a fine for 160 quid will plop onto your doormat. Now, it will be reduced to £80 if you pay it within the 14 days, but it's still quite a lot of money and it's going to hurt. You see, TfL doesn't want to make it easy, and while the cameras which police the less strict ULEZ boundaries will read the registration number and realise that your car is electric automatically, the computers which guard the smaller congestion charge zone refuse to do the same. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But what it does mean, though, is that you must register your car as zero emission before you drive inside the zone. It's also going to cost you a tenner to do that, which of course is cheaper than the £15 daily fee, and it will last you an entire year. But this is an important one. You must pay it annually. You must pay it every 12 months, and to do that, you have to re-register your car. You can't set up a direct debit. No, you have to go back in, re-register it 12 months later. Otherwise, yet again, a fine will be on its way to you. And yes, I learnt the hard way with that one as well. Not quite sure why you have to re-register it. I mean, it's not like your car is going to suddenly transform into a V8 diesel, but hey-ho. Anyway, do not worry, because how does all of this work? Well, I'm here to hold your hand. I'm going to take you through it every step of the way. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Before driving, you'll need to log on to Transport for London's website here and track down the discounts and exemptions page. I'll put the link in the description below this video. Now, bear in mind that TfL says that it aims to improve your application within 10 working days. So it isn't something that you're going to be able to do safely on the day that you're travelling into town. If you do want to try it, wing it, hope that there is a miraculously quick processing time, well, actually, I suggest you use a little loophole. You can drive in and then not pay until midnight that day. So if it's a working day, you can wait to see if your application is approved before stumping up. If you fall asleep or forget, well, you can pay an extra £2.50, so £17.50 in total, by midnight of the third day after travel and still not get a fine. Another little tip, if you're borrowing or hiring the car, or might have just bought it second-hand, then it may have already been registered, so you might get a few months free. You can check on TfL's database on the Check Your Vehicle section of the website. That link is also in the description. Now, in this instance, it looks like we're out of luck, so we're going to need to jump through all the hoops. First, we need to create an account for either business or personal driving, and then apply for the Cleaner Vehicle Discount. Now, it used to be known as the Ultra Low Emissions Discount. This is exciting stuff, isn't it? But you can't expect him to just believe that your car is electric or check it against the DVLA database. No, that'll be far too easy. What you do need to do is scan your V5C document or the inside page to prove that it is in fact an electric car. Now, that might be straightforward for some of you, but if your car belongs to a leasing company, it's borrowed or hired, it might be a bit more complicated. You might need to set some time aside for bureaucracy. Then, of course, if you're a tourist from abroad and using your electric car to visit the UK and to travel into London, But unfortunately, TfL still requires you to upload your registration document, and it must clearly show that it is battery electric or hydrogen fuel cell. Now, that is all Greek to me. If you're not totally au fait with electronic stuff, then you can send copies by post or email later on. And this actually might be easier than trying to use the TfL website because, well, it's a bit unreliable in our experience. So make sure you have got patience in bucket loads. Now, once you're done, you pay your tenner with a credit or a debit card and await that all-important approval email. Then finally, after all of this, you can relax in the knowledge that you're not going to need to go through this palaver again, for another 12 months. But the system will only be in place until the end of 2025, because after that, Transport for London will be scrapping its annual registration scheme and instead introducing annual access charges for electric cars too. Bit of a disaster. So until then, do make the most of that free pass and do some city site visits. Why not? I'm off to Buckingham Palace, I think.